Let's jump into the first Rocky movie from 1976. This film is iconic, not just for its story, but for how it impacted cinema and became a symbol of perseverance and the American dream. I'll break down the plot, characters, the performances, Sylvester Stallone's career, sequels, and the lasting legacy of the film. Let's go. Plot. Rocky centers around Rocky Balboa, played by Sylvester Stallone, a small-time boxer from Philadelphia. He works as a loan shark's enforcer, breaking people's legs for a living, and spends his free time training at a rundown gym. Despite his potential as a boxer, Rocky hasn't made it big, and his life is a series of dead-end jobs and failed dreams. The film takes a turn when heavyweight champion Apollo Creed, played by Carl Weathers, is looking for a worthy opponent for his next fight. Due to a twist of fate and the timing of his fight being close to the nation's bicentennial, Apollo chooses Rocky as his challenger, dubbing it the Italian Stallion story to promote the event. Rocky gets a once-in-a-lifetime shot to prove himself, not necessarily to win, but to go the distance with the champion. What follows is a gritty underdog story where Rocky trains tirelessly for the fight of his life. Along the way, he forms a relationship with Adrian, played by Talia Shire, a shy woman who works at a pet store and finds new purpose in his life. The climactic fight is a brutal, exhausting battle, and while Rocky doesn't win in the traditional sense, he goes the full 15 rounds with Apollo, earning his respect. The film ends on a note of triumph for Rocky, even though he doesn't technically win the title. His victory is internal, a victory over his own doubts and struggles. Characters and performances. The characters in Rocky are pivotal to its success. At its core, the movie is about the people who surround Rocky and his relationships with them, not just the boxing. Sylvester Stallone as Rocky Balboa is iconic. Stallone not only played the role, but also wrote the screenplay, a feat that gives the film an incredible sense of authenticity. His portrayal of Rocky is humble, grounded, and incredibly relatable. Rocky is a flawed, imperfect man, yet his determination and heart resonate with anyone who's ever faced adversity. This was a breakthrough role for Stallone and cemented his status as a major Hollywood star. His performance is both gritty and emotional, and it's impossible to imagine anyone else in the role. Talia Shire as Adrian is also a standout. Her portrayal of the shy, introverted pet store clerk who gradually opens up to Rocky is both tender and powerful. She's not just a love interest, she's an essential part of Rocky's transformation. The chemistry between Stallone and Shire is palpable, and Adrian's evolution throughout the film mirrors Rocky's own journey of growth. Burgess Meredith plays Mickey, Rocky's trainer. Mickey is a cantankerous old-school boxing coach who sees potential in Rocky and eventually takes him under his wing. Meredith brings a lot of heart and humor to the role, balancing Mickey's tough exterior with a sense of paternal concern for Rocky. Mickey's tough love is a key component in Rocky's training montage. Carl Weathers, as Apollo Creed, is a perfect foil for Rocky. Apollo is a brash, self-confident champion who initially views the fight with Rocky as little more than a publicity stunt. However, through their fight, Apollo's respect for Rocky grows, and so does the audience's respect for him. Weathers' performance strikes a balance between arrogance and vulnerability, making Apollo a memorable antagonist. Joe Spinell plays Gazzo, the loan shark who employs Rocky. While not a major character, his role is integral to the story, highlighting Rocky's rough beginnings and his position in the underworld before his big break. Gazzo's relationship with Rocky provides a sense of contrast, showing Rocky's desire for a better life beyond the street-level work. Sylvester Stallone's career. Rocky is arguably the film that made Sylvester Stallone a household name. Before Rocky, Stallone was struggling to make it as an actor. He was living in a basement apartment, struggling to pay bills, and even had to sell his dog just to survive. Stallone's perseverance and belief in himself paid off when he wrote the Rocky screenplay. What's incredible is that Stallone insisted on playing the lead role himself, even though the studio was initially hesitant. They wanted a bigger name, but Stallone fought for his vision. His decision turned out to be the right one. Rocky became a massive success, winning 3 Oscars, including Best Picture, and making Stallone an international star. Stallone's career post-Rocky was shaped by the success of the character. He went on to star in Rambo and many other action movies, becoming synonymous with tough guy roles. But what's often overlooked is Stallone's versatility as a writer and director. After the success of Rocky, he continued to expand his talents, including directing and writing sequels, and later revisiting the character in the Creed series. His longevity in Hollywood speaks to his adaptability and work ethic. Sequels. Rocky spawned a total of 7 sequels, with the first being released in 1979 and the most recent Creed 3 in 2023. Each sequel has its own distinct tone and approach, but all are tied to Rocky's journey. Rocky II, 1979. The sequel sees Rocky getting a rematch with Apollo Creed and ultimately winning the title. The film's success helped cement Rocky as a franchise. Rocky III. This is the installment with Mr. T as Clubber Lang, a new challenger who pushes Rocky to his limits. This movie solidified Rocky's place in pop culture with the famous training montage set to Eye of the Tiger. Rocky IV, 1985. Featuring the Cold War rivalry between Rocky and the Soviet boxer Ivan Drago, this is one of the franchise's most iconic films. The movie's themes of perseverance and patriotism resonate deeply with audiences. Rocky V, 1990. This entry focuses on Rocky mentoring a young boxer, Tommy Gunn, and seeing his life take a downturn. It's often regarded as the weakest film in the series. Rocky Balboa, 2006. Stallone returned to the character, with Rocky facing off against a young champion in one last fight, this time motivated by personal redemption. Creed, 2015, and Creed II, 2018. The Creed films are a continuation of the Rocky saga, following Apollo Creed's son, Adonis, as Rocky mentors him. The films explore fatherhood, legacy, and the passing of the torch, and are widely praised for their depth and relevance. Legacy. Rocky isn't just a movie. It's a cultural touchstone. The film's message of perseverance and the underdog overcoming the odds resonates with audiences around the world. The iconic training montage and the Gonna Fly Now theme song have become synonymous with determination and hard work. The character of Rocky has become one of the most recognizable figures in cinematic history, and Stallone's portrayal is iconic. The Rocky films have influenced countless movies, television shows, and athletes. The phrase, "It's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward," has become a symbol of resilience and strength. Conclusion. Rocky is a timeless classic. It's not just about boxing. It's about fighting for your dreams, even when the odds are stacked against you. Sylvester Stallone's performance and vision for the character of Rocky Balboa turned a simple underdog story into something that resonates with audiences even today. The sequels, while varying in quality, have continued to build on Rocky's legacy, and the Creed series proves that the spirit of Rocky still has a place in the hearts of viewers. If you haven't seen Rocky in a while, or if you've never watched it at all, it's a must-see, not just for the action, but for the heart and soul of a character who became an emblem of resilience.